Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about possibilities of vitamin B1 in FA patients. By Kendall Harvey. A recent foreign study is creating a lot of buzz in the Friedreich's Ataxia, FA, community. Injections of vitamin B1 improved several symptoms in patients with Friedreich's ataxia and kept patients from deteriorating further over a 2-year period, according to a recently published study. While researchers caution that the results need to be verified, the findings open up the possibility of an entirely new way of approaching treatment in FA. Without vitamin B1 in the central nervous system, numerous enzymes become unable to do their job. Recent studies also show that the vitamin, also called thiamine, may have other types of neuroprotective properties. Studies also have indicated that vitamin B1 is low in the cerebrospinal fluid of Friedreich's ataxia patients. A smaller study also found that treating patients with the vitamin for 3 months improved movement coordination, speech, and swallowing while reducing fatigue. Seeing as 3 of the 4 specifically mentioned symptoms are affected by B1 are my main symptoms, I was hugely interested to learn more. I discussed the possibility of adding B1 to my daily regimen with my cardiologist, OB/GYN, since I am currently pregnant, and my neurologist. All 3 gave me the green light. I am starting with 110/mg taken orally daily. If I notice any benefit, I will consider the injections, all under the supervision of my team of doctors, of course. Although this is not a cure, anything that helps improve my day-to-day functioning or potentially slows the progression is a win in my book. I started the regimen December 20, 2016. I will keep you posted with updates. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about Educate and Kill M with Kindness. By Kendall Harvey. A friend of fellow Friedreich's Ataxia, FA, patient, who lives in Australia, names Leah Alston recently made this post on Instagram and Facebook. I really dislike doing these posts. I am such a happy person and give absolutely everyone the benefit of the doubt. Everyone is going through something. I am not a person who expects help or special consideration. I am getting no satisfaction out of likes or sympathetic comments, in regard to this post. Here goes. I just went to the supermarket in Newtown. Sometimes I park in a disabled parking spot, as I am entitled to, as I hold a current disabled parking permit. I do not display this when I am driving. Legally, I am not required to, as I don't like to be labeled. However, I always display it before I enter the car park and while I am utilizing the space. Today it was very hot and windy, so I decided to use the disabled car park. A middle-aged man saw me display my permit before I entered the park. He still decided to shake his head, wave his arms and mutter abuse at me. So noticeable that a lovely, caring man walked past my car and said, "Are you okay?" I proceeded to get my walking frame out of the boot, stand there for a bit, in the hope that the angry man would see me, and believe that I am disabled. How sad that I feel I need to do this. I saw the lovely man in the supermarket and again, he said, "Are you okay?" I said yes and told him how I'd been yelled at. He said I know, I saw. I am young, relatively, I drive a nice car, I have young children, and I also have a disability. This post is purely trying to educate the world. Maybe this man had a bad morning and needed to express his frustration. That is fine, but OMG buddy, you're lucky I can't run and I can't handle confrontation. This is not the first time it has happened. Moral of the story: never judge a book by its cover and don't try to enforce the law unless you've had adequate training. Please, can you share? Educate people. I thought her post was worth sharing as a gentle reminder not to judge those you do not know. Unfortunately, the same thing happens to me frequently. I'm 29 with a 2-year-old, I don't use a walker in public yet, but I heavily depend on shopping carts at stores. Some people are just bullies. I do what I need to do to take care of myself and keep myself safe, and try to let the haters go. I am so glad that I am not full of negativity and hate like the man Leah talks about, who blows up and yells at strangers. She is the winner in this situation, he's the loser. I hope that she keeps smiling that beautiful smile, and on the day we cure FA, we can both park in the very furthest parking spot and skip and dance our way to the store. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about The Ataxian by Kendall Harvey. Kyle Bryant, FA national spokesman and founder of Ride Ataxia, led a team in a legendary bike ride across America in 2010. When Redwood Creek Entertainment filmmakers Kevin Schoolancer and Zach Bennett found out about Kyle's intentions to participate in the grueling race across America, they decided to follow Kyle and create a feature-length documentary titled, The Ataxian. The film gives viewers an inside look into the struggles of completing one of the world's toughest bike races. The world premiere of the film is on Saturday, June 6, at the Dances with Films Festival in Hollywood, CA, at the TCL Chinese 6 theaters. Schoolancer and Bennett say, "Our hope is that anyone in this world that is faced with any sort of challenge or obstacle will watch The Ataxian and be inspired by the knowledge that if Kyle Bryant can do what he is doing, anything is possible." About The Ataxian. How would you react to a debilitating and fatal illness? In The Ataxian, one man shows the world that it is possible to take action and find hope under even the most life-threatening and daunting of circumstances. At age 17, Kyle Bryant was diagnosed with the relatively unknown progressive neuromuscular disease, Friedreich's ataxia, FA, for which there is no medication, nor cure. As Kyle lost his ability to play his favorite sports and even walk, he began biking long distances in a specially outfitted trike. When he is finally relegated to a wheelchair, Kyle decides that enough is enough. He enlists the help of 3 friends, Sean, who also has FA, John and Mike, and they embark on the world's toughest bike race, the Race Across America, RAAM. In this feature-length documentary, filmmakers and childhood friends, Kevin Schoolancer and Zach Bennett, capture what is a grueling 9-day non-stop journey for anyone, much less someone with an energy-depriving affliction that starts in Oceanside, ending in Annapolis. What happens along the way inspires hope in the hearts of other families battling FA and nurtures a movement, known as Ride Ataxia. Set to an incredible soundtrack featuring Bon Iver, Sigur Rós, Bell Brigade, and others, the audience accompanies Kyle and his relay bike team through magnificent sweeping landscapes and the unbreakable spirit of a life-changing cross-country trip that shows, life is about how we react. In anticipation and support of this incredible story, please join us in spreading the word. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about Pregnancy and Friedreich's Ataxia Part 1 by Kendall Harvey. I found out that I had Friedreich's Ataxia, FA, on August 19, 2013. At first, I thought that the entire future I had planned for my husband Kyle and I was gone. I thought that I would physically deteriorate quickly and have a poor quality of life, and most sad of all, I thought that having children was out of the question. After meeting with several specialists, I learned more about my specific case of FA and was told if you wanted to have a family before you were diagnosed with FA, you can still have a family. Don't let FA stop you. Before Kyle and I made the decision to start a family, we wanted a little more information. The great people over at the Friedreich's Ataxia Research Alliance, FARA, provided us with information on a study done with pregnancy in FA patients. That study can be found here. It was reassuring to me that other women with FA had successful pregnancies that were really no different than non-FA patients. Besides inheriting FA, babies of FA patients are at no higher risk of inherited health complications or genetic diseases than those of non-FA patients. The next step we took was to get Kyle tested to see if he was a carrier for FA. To have FA, you have to inherit the faulty FA genes from both parents. We already knew that I would pass on the FA genes since that is all I have to offer as an FA patient. But if Kyle is not a carrier, there was no risk that our child, Ren, would have FA, they would just be carriers. If Kyle were a carrier, our child, Ren, would have a 50% chance of having FA. A blood test is required to check if you are a carrier or not. Long story short, Kyle is not a carrier, so we decided to go ahead and start a family. We found out we were pregnant in March of 2014. I went to my regular OB/GYN and the pregnancy was confirmed. We were really going to have a baby. Eek. I was the first pregnant FA patient my doctor had ever had, so she referred me to a specialist just to make sure everything was okay. The specialist did a few additional tests on the baby and we were given the all clear. Our baby was happy and healthy. The specialist signed off on me and I proceeded throughout my pregnancy with my normal OB/GYN. My biggest fear during my whole pregnancy was falling. Balance issues are my main FA symptom and I had no idea how pregnancy would affect my balance. Luckily, pregnancy didn't seem to accelerate or magnify my symptoms. I just took extra precaution when walking or exercising. I was able to ride my trike and swim all through my pregnancy, nausea permitting. In fact, I went for a 12-mile ride at 37 weeks. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about Pregnancy and Friedreich's Ataxia Part 2 by Kendall Harvey. Swimming was a lifesaver during pregnancy. I have loved swimming my whole life, but I have a renewed passion for it since I lost the ability to go for a jog. With swimming, I feel a freedom that I was beginning to feel was lost due to FA. I can accomplish something active by myself of my own accord. It is incredibly liberating. And while pregnant, it was a major relief to be semi-weightless for a little bit. It was so nice to move my joints around and not have the extra pregnancy pounds weighing on me. I highly recommend swimming during pregnancy for everyone, with or without FA. My pregnancy was very normal and fairly uneventful. My baby and I progressed as we should and everything was great. I was induced into labor at 39 weeks and the process was very smooth. I checked into the hospital at 7 p.m. on Wednesday night and was induced at 8 a.m. on Thursday morning. My contractions started around 8:45 a.m. and I got my epidural at about 9:45 a.m. The epidural made me very tired, so I went to sleep around 10:30 a.m. I slept for a good while. I woke up at 2 p.m. and told the nurse that I felt a little weird, so she checked everything and said, "Well Kendall, you feel weird because your baby is here, I can see his head, it's time to push." 7 quick pushes later and Brooks David Harvey was born at 2:36 p.m. on Thursday, October 23, 2014. He weighed 8 pounds 2 ounces and was 20 inches long. Being a mom to this sweet baby boy is the greatest thing I have ever done. It is so nice to focus my love and attention on this tiny miracle. I am so thankful for him. It is nice to be praising God and thanking Him for giving me this joy instead of blaming Him for giving me FA. It has been an emotional last couple of years, but I wouldn't trade a minute of it because it brought me to where I am now. Having FA makes me appreciate Brooks's clean bill of health from the pediatrician even more, and I rest easy knowing that he won't have to fight FA like I do. All of this to say, don't let anything hold you back. If you want a family, make a family. Don't let your obstacle, disease, situation, or whatever, take your dreams away from you. Life is a beautiful gift and it is what you make of it. Everyone has obstacles to overcome and challenges thrown their way, but what we choose to do in the face of those challenges reveals our true character. Persevere, my friends. Life is worth living to the fullest. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about What a Difference a Year Makes by Kendall Harvey. What a difference a year makes. On August 19, 2013, I was diagnosed with Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. At the time, I knew nothing of the disease except that it was serious and currently had no cure. I felt so hopeless and afraid because I didn't know any better. When I first learned that I had FA, I thought that my life was over. All I remember from those first few days after the diagnosis was the scary information I read on the internet, which was full of bleak information and outdated statistics. I thought that a time clock had begun on my life and that the countdown would be a miserable one of missed opportunities and physical frustrations. As I began seeking more information about FA, I learned that every case is very different and that the FA community is an active and optimistic group on the verge of greatness. Dedicated doctors and researchers together with the Friedreich's Ataxia Research Alliance, FARA, have grown leaps and bounds in the last decade or two. We now know so much more about the disease, and the atmosphere of hope for a cure is electric as we seem to find out more every day. It seems like clinical trials and pharmaceutical companies are making advances every week as we learn more and get closer to finding a cure. A few weeks after the diagnosis, I decided it was time to step up and do my part. No more pouting, no more hopelessness. With the support of my fantastic friends and family, I started Team Kendall. I wanted to educate my network about this disease. Awareness was my main goal. I knew that by spreading the word about FA, more could be done to support FARA and the FA community. The best catalyst for Team Kendall was Ride Ataxia. What a fun event to focus my attention and energy on. Team Kendall ended up raising nearly $39,000 for FA research and awareness. I couldn't be more humbled and encouraged by the support that was shown to me and my fellow FA community by my friends and family. The ride exceeded my wildest expectations, and I can't wait to see how next year's ride turns out. April 11th in Denton, mark your calendars. As for my spirits, I am in a completely different place now than I was a year ago. I know that this disease is only a part of my story, it does not define me and it will not defeat me. The future holds endless possibilities for me and the rest of my FA community. I am looking forward to starting a family with my wonderful godsend of a husband, Kyle, as we are expecting our first baby come October 29th. There is something so rejuvenating and magical about new life. I can't wait to see what the future holds for our family. And yes, until we find a cure for FA, my symptoms will continue to progress, but I refuse to let that put a damper on my future. I have met so many inspiring people with more severe cases of FA who are out in the world making strides to make the world a better place. When I feel sorry for myself or get discouraged, I look to them for the determination and inspiration to keep going. A year from now, my life will be completely different again. My little family of 2 will have expanded to include our 10-month-old baby boy. My mission for the next year is to keep pushing forward, to keep raising awareness for FA, and most importantly to keep living life to the fullest. You never know what hand you will be dealt, so take each moment as an opportunity for greatness. Together we will cure Friedreich's ataxia. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description.